All right, team. This is the design slash code review of the Concordus public site here. This is just kind of like an intro to what we're going to go over. I plan to produce a couple videos with questions and issues and a little bit of information to just help explain what's going on and also figure out the best way to integrate the theme into a Liferay instance. So what I found is that here are the three main issues. Okay, so the first one is conflicting styles. Up top here is the Liferay instance example, and down here is the theme that we have hosted on GitHub. You can see up top we have this style, this .aui style, that's conflicting quite a bit of things here. So the three main things that are causing problems are, one, conflicting style sheet, right? There's some things that are overriding our base styles, or we're not linking the right style sheet. So there's something to do with CSS not working correctly, right? So if we go to our network tab, you can see in Liferay we're not linking up the correct styles, and I'll explain that in another video in detail. The second issue I see is that the markup is different. The markup is not the same as the theme's markup. And so one example is, for instance, we have a header element, and we have one over here as well, and you can see quite plainly that there's two different class names on this one in the theme, and they're not even applied here. So we're going to have some issues if the markup is not the same as the markup over here. And so the third issue I find is that inline CSS is going to cause problems all the time. And it's going to be quite the headache to update, and it's just going to be really tough. So for instance, once this gets wide enough to apply some styles here, there's a lot of overriding that happens via important tags and also just inline styles like you see here. So we just need to make sure that they're actually rendering correctly. So it would be ideal if there were no inline styles and that all styles are, controlled by style sheets, and I'll go in that in detail as well. But that's the brief intro of what's going on and what's going to help fix this. So number one, loading or not loading certain style sheets. Number two, not using the correct markup. It's going to cause conflicts. And then number three, inline CSS are going to cause design conflicts almost all the time, especially if they're not applied correctly or dynamically with JavaScript. So in the next videos, we'll talk about some of the things we need to do to get this site looking correctly and working correctly. Thanks.